It stood at the edge of town, the Bradford Textile Factory. A hulking brick building coated in decades of grime, forgotten by time, but still eerily intact. The smokestacks hadn't breathed in over 30 years, but every so often, one would report seeing lights flicker through the broken windows after midnight. In 1982, the factory abruptly shut down. No public notice, no final press release, no farewell to the hundreds of workers who had clocked in and out for years, just a silent end. Sealed off with rusted gates and warning signs, what most people don't know or don't want to remember is why it really closed. It wasn't the economy. It wasn't a buyout. It was something much darker. Over a period of 6 weeks, 8 workers vanished during the overnight shift. They weren't fired. They didn't quit. They didn't pack their lockers. They just stopped existing. Each disappearance followed a similar pattern. The worker clocked in at 11 p.m. Cameras recorded them entering the third-floor dye room. But there was never footage of them leaving. Their lockers were untouched, their cars still parked outside, sometimes with the engines still warm. They simply vanished. Management tried to keep things quiet. HR told families they were investigating, but when pressed, there were no details, just apologies and silence. The local police filed reports, but without bodies, there were no crimes, just missing persons. The factory ran business as usual, pretending everything was fine, until number 9 disappeared. His name was Thomas Kelly, 24 years old, recently engaged, working night shifts to save for his wedding. According to his fiancée, Thomas had mentioned hearing voices in the old elevator shaft. Not whispers, but singing. He said it sounded like old hymns, like something from a church. She laughed it off. Everyone thought the factory was haunted. It was part of the town's folklore. But the night Thomas vanished, he texted her 3 words at 2:03 a.m. "They found me." That was the last anyone heard from him. The text was traced to the employee lounge near the west stairwell. The cameras went dark 30 minutes before the message was sent. When police searched the building, they found a single boot lying near the dye vat. Inside the vat, the liquid had turned black. But there was no trace of dye in the system. No chemicals, no water, just black syrupy liquid with a faint metallic odor. Lab tests were inconclusive. After Thomas, the factory shut down immediately. The company never released a statement. Employees were given severance packages and signed NDAs. Then the gates were locked, and no one ever worked inside again. Urban explorers began sneaking in by the late 90s. Many came out claiming strange experiences, cold spots, machinery that seemed to move on its own, whispers, shadows that didn't belong to anyone. One explorer uploaded a video to an early internet forum in 2003. In the footage, he stands near the dye room, and behind him, for a split second, something walks across the frame, pale, human-shaped. Wearing a factory uniform, but no face. The video was taken down after a week, user account deleted. He never posted again. Locals say the factory is cursed. It was built on something older. That during construction in the 1930s, workers unearthed tunnels beneath the site, tunnels they were told to ignore. Some say those tunnels were sealed up. Others believe they were never closed, just hidden. In 2014, a city council proposal to demolish the building failed. The demolition company pulled out last minute. But an anonymous worker claimed the machines inside were still warm when they arrived, as if they'd just been used. There was no electricity in the building. In 2021, another explorer live-streamed from inside. For the first 20 minutes, it was typical dark halls, crumbling offices, empty equipment. Then something happened. The stream cut to black, then resumed, but the lighting had changed. The viewer count exploded as chat users pointed out the odd detail. He wasn't alone anymore. A figure appeared behind him. It wasn't moving. It's just standing, watching. He didn't seem to notice. The stream ended abruptly. The police were called when viewers tracked his location. They found his camera and his phone near the elevator shaft. But he was gone, never found. Now, no one goes near the place. Not even vandals. Local kids dare each other to touch the gates. Some say, if you put your ear to the brick wall after midnight, you can still hear machines humming. As if the factory never stopped. As if something inside still needs workers. And maybe, just maybe, it's still hiring. If you're intrigued by this mystery, hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for more chilling stories. This is just the beginning. Are you ready for what's next?